Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video we are taking a look at some insanely spicy battles in the Open Ultra League featuring THERIAN Tornadus. Now, I'll be honest, I have never seen anyone use this Pokemon in Go Battle League before, so I am very excited to see how it performs. Now, THERIAN Tornadus is a pure flying type Pokemon. The moveset it's running is Gust, Psychic, and Focus Blast. And this trainer paired it up with Regirock and Regice and somehow managed to get some winning sets. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and let's take a look at THERIAN Tornadus in action. First match picking up a fantastic lead in Poliwrath. Those gusts are absolutely chunking. The opponent save switches into Charizard, and this is exactly why you bring a Regirock. With Lock On, Stone Edge charges so quickly, and that double super effective damage does one-shot the Charizard if they decide not to shield. Charizard does commit the shield, which is an interesting choice because Blast Burn is resisted here, so it's very unlikely they're going to be able to flip Switch Advantage. As Regirock can actually tank this second Blast Burn, go for another Stone Edge, and this will be taking them out if they don't shield. So now they've lost Switch Advantage and Shield Advantage, building up, trying to get to the Focus Blast, and able to get there. This will be doing big damage to the Poliwrath. Oh, and it's offset CMP. The Poliwrath through. That is a huge mistake by the opponent, but he's going to be able to take advantage, going in with the Tornadus, going to shield up the Ice Punch, and the Poliwrath goes down. They have a Lowland Muck in the back, and now going for the Focus Blast. Come on, please let this go. And it's shielded. Fortunately, Regice will be able to get to that Earthquake, which should just about be taking out the Alolan Muck. But man, I was hoping for that Focus Blast to land. Opponent resigns the match, and that is a good game. Alright, hopping into the next match. We have Tornadus into Escavalier. Again, a pretty decent matchup here. The opponent save switches into Lapras, and the Lapras save switch looks to be a pretty tough one for this team, as the best response is probably Regirock, but Regirock will of course still take super effective damage from the Surfs. So this is by no means a good matchup for Regirock. Does get the shield with the Stone Edge, which is very nice. Both hit for super effective. Focus Blast is the better move, but Stone Edge does get the same type attack bonus. Shields up the Surf, and now going to be going for the Focus Blast. This will be doing big damage if it lands, and it does huge damage. Unfortunately, Lapras does get to a move. Going to let this go, and unfortunately loses Switch Advantage. But in comes the THERIAN Tornadus and able to farm down, and they have a Gyarados in the back, going to be building up some energy and going for the Psychic. Psychic will be doing a nice chunk of damage, trying to switch and unfortunately unable to catch onto the Regice. Shields up the Aqua Tail, and now brings in the Regice, has to bait back out the Escavalier. Unfortunately, it has farmed up a lot of energy, and with no shields, Regice will have to tank this Mega Horn, but the Regice will be able to fire back with this Earthquake, and now it's a race to see if they can get to the second Earthquake. And they're just able to get to the second Earthquake. They are going to undercharge here as they don't want to fully KO the Escavalier, and they leave it on 1 HP, and now it's a standoff. Neither side wanting to KO the other for fear of letting the final Pokemon get farmed. The switch slot comes up, and they're able to snipe with THERIAN Tornadus. Back in comes Gyarados, and able to get to the Psychic. Will this be enough to take out the Gyarados? And it looks like it is, but the Gyarados survives on 1 HP. They get to a move. This will be taking out Tornadus, and Regice able to lock on down and get an incredible win. Oh my goodness. Hopping into the next match. Leading into a Nidoqueen. This is pretty good for a THERIAN Tornadus, especially if they don't know about Psychic. Poison Fang, don't have to shield that first one, although man, THERIAN Tornadus does not have a lot of bulk to it. Going for the Psychic, and it lands! It takes out the Nidoqueen, in comes the Umbreon. So this is probably a Nidoqueen Double Dark team. They are going to save switch into the Regirock to check if there's a fighter, and there is. Scrafty in the back is very rough, as unfortunately the THERIAN Tornadus is very low. Going for the Focus Blast, you really have to hope for a no shield here, or this is going to be a tough one, and they shield. That is so bad. They go for the farm down. Unfortunately, not able to get to the Focus Blast. Going for the Stone Edge, hoping for the shield, but the opponent, very nice counting, does not commit the shield. Back in comes the THERIAN Tornadus, able to get the Gust through, which is very nice. Shields up the foul play, going for the move, and unfortunately not able to get there. It's just a power-up punch, they can tank it, and now they are going for the Psychic. Psychic does get the shield, and they go down. Did get the defense drop, though. Unfortunately, attempting to lock on down a Scrafty is a very tall task. We'll need to shield up the power-up punch and get to this Earthquake, but these counters are absolutely chunking, bringing Regice to below half health. And at this health, unfortunately, the Regice is just not healthy enough to take out the bulky Umbreon, as 2 foul plays will easily KO here. First one comes through, Regice farming up, able to get to the Blizzard, which is their stab move that does a nice chunk of damage, but again, they're going to get significantly outpaced. Umbreon gets to the move, that will be taking out the Regice, and that will be a good game. So close one, unfortunately not quite able to get the job done. Hopping into the next match and leading into a Giratina Altered. So we'll probably want to switch out here, and they do a very nice catch onto the Regirock. Now they'll be able to check and see if they have a counter user. They do switch in Empoleon, and Empoleon is definitely not what you want to see. It looked like the Regirock may have been trying to go for the bait to see if they can get the shield and then land the Focus Blast later on. Goes for the Stone Edge, able to get the shield. Come on, Regirock, get there. Yes, able to get to the Focus Blast. Now the question is, does the Empoleon commit the second shield? And they do. That is unfortunate. On the bright side, Regice can come in here because Regice is not taking super effective damage like the Regirock is, and Regice should be able to get to this Earthquake, which will be doing a nice chunk of damage to that Empoleon. Unfortunately, the Earthquake is non-stab, but still enough to take them out. They have a Venusaur in the back, so things are looking so good for a potential Regice sweep, as their last 2 Pokemon both do not like eating Blizzards. Very nice overfarm, going to be going for the Blizzard onto the Venusaur. That will take them out. Back in comes the Giratina, able to get to another Blizzard, and Regice closing strong, able to Blizzard, doesn't quite KO, but able to gust down with the THERIAN Tornadus, and that is a good game. Alright, hopping to the next match, THERIAN Tornadus into Granbull. Now, I can't imagine this is a great matchup because these charms are absolutely tearing through the Tornadus, but the Gusts are doing some pretty nice damage as well. Going to save switch into the Regirock. Close combat would hurt here, shielding up. They go for the close combat, so a great shield. And unfortunately, they do have Nidoqueen, and Nidoqueen walls Regirock with this moveset. Not a whole lot they can do. Stone Edge, not really doing much of anything. The Nidoqueen doesn't really have to respect it. Going to let this go. It is the Earth Power. The Earth Power does not quite KO. Regirock able to hold on and get off a second Stone Edge. Unfortunately, again, the Nidoqueen can survive it, but Nidoqueen tries to farm down. They're not able to do so without the Regirock reaching another Stone Edge, and aggressively switches into the THERIAN Tornadus in an attempt to snipe. Poison Fang does go off, and they're going to switch in the Granbull, and now it's all up to Regice, and this is a tall ask of Regice here, as Regice will need to take out all 3 of the opponent's Pokemon. They go for the Earthquake, they get the shield, going to be shielding this up. The opponent probably goes for the Crunch here, which they do. Fortunately, no defense drop, but man, this Regice is getting very low. It's very tough to farm down with Lock-On, since Lock-Ons only are going to be doing 1 damage. See what they have in the back. They have Greedent, and unfortunately, it's not looking like this is going to be a win. Goes for the Blizzard. Greedent is just too bulky. They try and sack onto the THERIAN Tornadus. No such luck. Greedent will be able to take them out with the Crunch, and that is a good game. So again, as you can see, some very fun wins, but running a team as spicy as this, it can be tough. All right, hopping into the next match, picking up a Talonflame lead. And unfortunately, they do get really outpaced in this matchup, but a good shield. The Talonflame went for the Brave Bird, and now they're going to bail into Umbreon, going for the Focus Blast. Does the Umbreon know about the Focus Blast? Oh, it lands. It does massive damage onto the Umbreon. Oh my goodness. Brings in the Regirock, goes for the Stone Edge. Stone Edge does get the shield, but Regirock is very bulky and will be able to tank moves from Umbreon. Umbreon had a second move. Regirock really does not have to care about these. Another foul play coming through. Regirock over farming. Looks like they might be trying to farm down, which is a very tall ask of a lock-on user. Going for the farm down there. Oh, they went for the catch. Unable to catch, they will have to tank another foul play. Foul play does not take them out. They aggressively switch in the Talonflame, but the Stone Edge is loaded. Stone Edge takes out the Talonflame. Umbreon comes back in, and they're able to get to another Stone Edge. Stone Edge will take out the Umbreon. What is in the back? It's a Clefable. Now, you really have to hope that the THERIAN Tornadus can get to the Psychic here. Yes. Able to get to the Psychic, barely able to withstand those charms. Psychic will get the shield, and now it's all up to Regice for mop-up duty. Those gusts provided valuable damage, as this should be into Blizzard range. Regice farming up, going for the Blizzard. This should be taking out the Clefable and securing the win. So an absolutely beautiful Focus Blast onto the Umbreon helps get the win. All right, pretty rough lead here. THERIAN Tornadus into Lapras, going to save switch into Regice. Now, the Lapras is actually staying in, which is pretty okay here. They're going for the Surf. Surf doesn't do a whole lot to Regice, and Regice will be able to fire back with those neutral Earthquakes. Unfortunately, the Earthquake, of course, does not have same type attack bonus from Regice, so it's not going to do a whole lot, but 3 Earthquakes should be getting that Lapras pretty close to dead. Second one comes through, yep, and it looks like that with the lock-ons, 3 Earthquakes will be enough to take it out. So the opponent may not have a good response in the back to an Ice type if they're staying in with the Lapras, which should hopefully free up THERIAN Tornadus in the end game. Lapras does commit the shield. They bring in a Togekiss. Come on, get to the Blizzard. Yes, able to get to the Blizzard. Now the question is Togekiss willing to shield? They are. That is unfortunate, but the good news is, when one Reggie goes down, there is another. Regirock is here to avenge Regice with the Stone Edge. Regirock farming up and going for the Stone Edge. This will be doing massive, super effective damage. Goodbye, Togekiss. The Lapras does have energy, so they are going to need to shield that up. And the Lapras is definitely not in lock-on down range. So the Regirock will farm up and go for the Stone Edge to take out the Lapras. And then it all depends what they have in the back. And they have a Giratina in the back. And we are not out of the woods yet. Stone Edge will do a nice chunk of damage. But now it's up to THERIAN Tornadus, up a shield, and with a health advantage to try and close the match. The Gus will chunk here. Just has to get to the Psychic. Can safely tank 2 Dragon Claws, so can let the second one through as well, and able to get to the Psychic. Now the question is, Giratina is very bulky. Will this be enough to take it out? It is, and THERIAN Tornadus taking down the Giratina, and that is a good game. Oh, speak of the devil, another Giratina lead. Switching into the Regirock, unable to catch, but the Giratina, after farming up, decides to throw anyway. This is pretty fine, because Regirock is going to be tanking those moves significantly better than the THERIAN Tornadus. They actually go for the Shadow Sneak there, which Shadow Sneak does the same damage as Dragon Claw in even when both are neutral, so you definitely just want to go for the Dragon Claw in that situation. Again, the Regirock doesn't have to shield here. The opponent realizes it, goes back to the Dragon Claw. Nicely done. And this Stone Edge will be applying some nice pressure. Does get the shield, which is very nice. A little bit of lag there. And able to get to the Stone Edge. So the lag potentially helping with the Giratina not being able to throw. But they're able to force the second shield. That is very nice. Yeah, and at this point, you definitely just let this go down. You have a 2-0 shield advantage, which should absolutely help in the end game, as Regice should have a pretty fun time in the back. They're able to tank the Dragon Claw. Just gotta get to the Psychic. Oh, they're actually going for a Gust farm down. This will be interesting. They do commit the shield, able to farm down. We'll see what comes in. It's a Talonflame, and Psychic will be doing a ton of damage here. You really don't want the Talonflame going up against the Regice. One Psychic, able to get to the second Psychic. THERIAN Tornadus on a rampage, taking out the Talonflame. It's Abomasnow in the back. Let's go. And Abomasnow is not going to appreciate this Blizzard. Blizzard is only neutral, so I don't believe it will one-shot, but it will be getting that Abomasnow pretty low. Blizzard coming through. Blizzard does get it almost to 1/4 health, and from here, it's honestly probably in Earthquake range. So shielding up the Regice, they go for the Energy Ball, and you could probably just Earthquake here. Oh, they actually build up to the Blizzard and go for the Earthquake. So a little bit of bad manners there, but able to get the win. And THERIAN Tornadus able to take out a Talonflame. Let's go. Hopping into the next one. This is a tough lead. Going to instantly save switch into the Regirock. Regirock is going to be able to take those charms a lot better. But unfortunately, Venusaur is a tough counter swap, as Frenzy Plant does hit like a truck, and that Stone Edge doesn't hit Venusaur particularly hard. Venusaur, even in Open Ultra, still an absolute beast. Able to force a shield. Now that is nice. Able to get shield advantage for the back line. That's huge. Frenzy Plant will be taking them out. And now you bring back in the THERIAN Tornadus to hopefully gust all the way down and leave with a move to chuck at the Charmer. Just short of the move, they bring in Giratina, so they are weak to Regice in the back, going for the Psychic. They land it, and now in comes the Regice, and it's all up to Regice to try and close out this match. Going to commit the shield. The opponent has Ancient Power. What the heck? Oh my goodness. And you need 2 moves to kill here, so I like going for the Earthquake in this particular situation, as I believe Earthquake plus Blizzard should about do it, although maybe 2 Earthquakes plus the lock-ons will be enough to take them out. Second Earthquake lands. Yeah, it is looking like Earthquakes plus the lock-on should be enough to take it out. They shield up the Meteor Mash, going for the lock-on farm down. Come on, Regice, able to farm down. Unfortunately, the Giratina still has a shield. Going for the Earthquake, does get the shield, farming up. They switch into the THERIAN Tornadus, and they've banked the move. They go for the Ancient Power that will take out the Tornadus, and they're able to get to the Blizzard. Regice absolutely clutching on 1 HP. Oh my goodness. That is a good game. Hopping into the next one, another Lapras lead. We know this is pretty bad. Going to save switch into the Regice. Hope they stay in. But they actually bring out a Bisharp, which is a very cool Spice pick, but a Steel type that is definitely not going to appreciate these Earthquakes. I admire the Spice on the end of the opponent, but this will be rough. Bisharp forced to double shield. As we've seen, Bisharp does have access to Focus Blast. Shielding up, but they're running Iron Head. Either way, Iron Head still really not something that Regice wants to see. That Iron Head, Regice able to tank it. Oh my goodness. And now going to be able to connect with the Earthquake. They should be taking out the Glassy Bisharp and winning switch advantage. In comes the Lapras. Lapras trying to farm down, and the Lapras throws. They got worried about a potential Earthquake. That is very nice. And now you can bring in the Regirock, and you have super effective charge moves that you can hit this Lapras with. Surf does hurt, but Regirock, again, pretty tanky, can survive it. And now going to be going for the Stone Edge. This will be doing nice damage onto the Lapras. You do need 2 moves to kill, so going for the cheaper Stone Edge does make sense. Will shield up the Surf, as this is getting close to a range where Surf would KO. I like the overfarm there, making sure you have energy because you don't know what is in the back. Stone Edge will take them out. What's in the back? It's Togekiss. Oh, hello, Togekiss. Oh man, Regirock with the Stone Edge, switching into the THERIAN Tornadus and just gonna go for the Gust down and able to get the win. So all in all, some incredibly fun battles with THERIAN Tornadus. It's definitely not a Pokemon I would recommend building for Go Battle League. At the current moment, its charge moves are just too expensive. But in summation, I'm just impressed that this battler was able to get wins with this team, considering how spicy it was. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.